With the US presidential elections finished, yet not over by a long shot, it was interesting to hear the rhetoric intensified by Donald Trump last night as he desperately tried to cling to power. He claimed mail fraud. He claimed that he's already won. Businesses across the country are boarding up their windows in preparation for the potential fallout. Before he opened his mouth, he would have done well to have remembered the story of Socrates. One day the great philosopher met an acquaintance who excitedly said to him, "Socrates, do you know what I just heard about one of your students?" "Now, wait a moment," Socrates replied. "Before you tell me, I'd like you to pass a little test. It's called the test of three." Test of three? Before you talk to me about my student, let's take a moment to test what you're going to say. The first test is truth. Have you made absolutely sure that what you're about to tell me is true? "Well, no," the man replied. "Actually, I just heard it." "All right," said Socrates. "So you don't really know if it's true or not. Now let's try the second test, the test of goodness. Is what you're about to tell me about my student something good?" "No, on the contrary," said the student. "So," Socrates continued, "you want to tell me something bad about him, even though you're not certain that it's true." And he continued, "You may still pass though, because there is a third test, the filter of usefulness. Is what you want to tell me about my student going to be useful to me?" "Well, no, not really," he replied. "Well," concluded Socrates, "if what you want to tell me is neither true, nor good, nor even useful, why tell it to me at all?" And the man was defeated and ashamed, and he said no more. Whoever said sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, obviously never had a Twitter account. And being careful of what we say is not just something to keep in mind when using the various social media platforms. It's something that we should be mindful of every time we speak. For our words can do greater harm than we think. And we've all been guilty in the past of saying things that wouldn't pass Socrates' test of three. In the letter of James, he says, "How great a forest is set ablaze by a small fire, and the tongue is a fire." We can do far more damage with a misplaced word than anything else. So before we, and any presidents we might know, open our mouths and cause mayhem, let's take a moment, still our minds, and count to three.
Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. And teach me some melodious sonnet sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mount I'm fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. And here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by thy help I come, and I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Jesus sought me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God. He to rescue me from danger interposed his precious blood. a fetter, bind my wandering heart to thee. And prone to wander, Lord, I feel it, prone to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, Lord, take and seal it for thy courts above. And prone to wander, Lord, I feel it, prone to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, Lord, take and seal it for thy courts above.
Lord, I ask that you inspire me always to do my best, not comparing myself with others, but only with myself. Lead me, O God, to discover and use my own talents to the full. May I live in such a way that I help others to experience success. Inspire me to be generous in praising others for the good use of their abilities, looking not so much at the degree of achievement, but at the effort that they put in. Amen.